Hi, I'm Sandra Funk, interior design entrepreneur turned business strategist. You can find me helping designers confidently run their businesses and stand in their space. I created Design Zips to give you access to my proven methods so you can transform your business too. If you're looking to take control over your business for a life full of balance, abundance, and joy, you've come to the right place.
Tell me why you call it the investment estimate instead of the dirty word.
I kind of regret it, but not really. So instead of the word budget, we use the word furnishings investment estimate. That's not one word, that's three.
Words.
And they're not little ones. But on film days, I'm like, furnish. It's like, again.
F-I-E.
F-I-E. That's right. So furnishings investment estimate instead of budget, and here's why. An investment estimate is an estimate of what they plan to invest in their home. It is powerful, it is action, it is decisive, right? Budget is constraining, it's small, it's a big dirty word, right? I mean, when you hear budgets, budget cuts, we're over budget, like, it's all sorts of negative. And I want to give positive flow to this is a choice that they are making. This is 100% not an obligation. Do you want to invest money into your home to make your life better? Okay, that's your choice. The power is entirely in my client's hand to make an investment in the quality of their life. No constraints here.
Do you find yourself creating exceptional design work, yet still struggle to run the back end of your business? If so, check out my signature program, the Interior Design Standard, to unlock all the tools needed to transform your design firm. Everything you need to run a profitable business all in one place, from contracts and pricing calculators to templates and scripts. Take the leap and join designers across the world raising the bar for our entire industry by enrolling in the Interior Design Standard.
So even when we have designers switch to the flat fee model, a natural question they then ask, they always find some place to do hourly again. So project management, travel time, what do you do with that stuff on a flat fee model?
Yes, so a conversation we have all the time with designers inside the standard community is, okay, but then when they add like a little bit of scope, I just do hourly, right? Or travel time, I just do hourly, right? Or blah, 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 right? And I'm like, no, guys. If you ever do hourly again, your flat fee that you gave in the beginning is divisible by the hourly rate, and all of a sudden they're like, wait, are you telling me this project's gonna take 723 hours? And you're like, ooh. So no, you never wanna be hourly again. Once you go flat fee, you never go back. So you need to build all of that in, okay? And if there's additional scope creep or unforeseen things that need to happen outside of the original conversation that you need to charge for, you do an estimate and you just clump everything together. Does that make sense? So like, let's say it's a long distance project and you have to do an additional trip outside of what you negotiated. Like 6 trips were included and we're on trip 7. So now, from now on, every additional trip needed outside of the original 6 that were included in the flat fee will be $2,000, $1,500, right? Instead of hourly, like clump it. So include the flight, include the hotel room, include the per diem for food, include your time. Clump it all together and come up with a per trip rate going forward for every time they want me to come extra above and beyond what we said we would do is going to be, after I added all those things in, I'm like, close to $3,000, right? So anyway, do the math, figure it out, and then make sure that it's profitable. Again, those kind of additional things are not at cost. They are at cost with margin in them. They all need to be profitable. So all those little details should be built in the beginnings, like project management, all those details should be in your flat rate at the beginning. And then anything unforeseen extra, do another flat fee for that item. It's awesome. And also, especially if like you don't want to be doing all these extra trips for that project, like that additional flat fee for every time that they demand that you come out to the job site in addition, like that'll make them think twice, right? That'll make them think like, let's batch all of our questions and have like one big meeting in 2 weeks instead of having her come out once a week for 3 weeks, right? So it allows for more efficiency as well. Mm-hmm. And it also it's something that you do before it happens, right? You don't go out there on that 7th trip and then send an invoice. You send a proposal for the additional trip. It is paid, approved and paid in full, and then you go on the trip. So you are always putting money before action, right? Cash flow positive business. They pay you, you do the work. They pay you, you purchase the product. They pay you, you make the extra trip. Never you purchase the product and send an invoice. Follow up, accounts receivable. Now you need someone in charge of accounts receivable because they're calling every single day, you know? Like, you are not the bank, you are the designer. So do not fund their project. If you do work before you send for payment, you are funding their project. You are floating them. You don't need to do this. These clients love you, appreciate you, want you to do your design work. They don't need you to finance their project. I don't know, again, this is one of the things that my industry gave us as a special little present of poop that we should give back and say, no, thank you, we're changing the game. We're not doing it that way anymore. It's a silly idea. Soapbox done. Let's drink wine.
Hey, are you struggling to attract dream clients? Imagine confidently choosing who you work with rather than hoping that they find you. Introducing the Client Attraction Formula. The formula includes 6 comprehensive modules full of proven client attraction strategies, marketing templates, and resources, all with lifetime access, designed to help you attract your dream clients. If you're ready to go from unknown to irresistible, then the formula is for you.
So the other half of my fee structure, flat fee for the design portion and execution and all the what ifs and or buts, right? And then I do charge reasonable retail pricing for all of the goods that I sell to clients. Let me say that one more time. I do not share my discount. I do not discount from retail. I do not do cost plus. All of those words and terms are confusing. They're internal industry speak. They don't necessarily make sense to clients. And also, it's like Starbucks saying, would you like a coffee? I'm gonna charge cost plus. What the hell? Just tell me it's $4 and drink the coffee. I either want the coffee at $4 or I don't. I do not need to be discussing how Starbucks is making their money. And of course, it is none of my freaking business how much Starbucks is making per coffee. And it's none of your client's business how much you're making on the sofa or the chair or the design fee that you're selling to them either. That is internal, proprietary business information that you, if you are writing your contract right, should not be sharing with your clients. In my design agreement, it specifically states that I will not be sharing my purchasing costs or my, the way that I'm marking products in any way, shape, or form. It does state that I'll be charging reasonable retail pricing. What does reasonable retail pricing mean? It means that generally speaking, if there is a manufacturer's suggested retail price, that's what I'm charging. That does not mean that I'm going to price match someone buying a return at a secondary wholesaler online, right? I am not going to be competing on price, but I am going to be charging reasonable retail pricing. When I buy a true to the trade item that doesn't have a suggested retail, I use my a standard markup that gives me the profit margin that is appropriate for our industry. I am just looking to be a healthy business with healthy profit margins. Nothing more, nothing less. But there's one more lesson here that's crazy important. We should have a sip of wine while we think about it. Yes?